Hey everyone, and welcome to IG8Live Esports. This evening we're live here with SNS Esports F1 League, and it's round 3 for them, 4 of 22 for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's our first official stream we're actually doing for SNS Esports. So looking forward to quite an exciting race as well from these guys. So we got 19 drivers on the grid there. So let's have a look on how the session is going for so far. So it's going to be a full qualifying session, guys, with then the 50% race afterwards. So currently we just got started with qualifying 1 here. That's 18 minutes in that session. And let's have a look what's happening on track at the moment. We have a few drivers heading out already. And let's see what's going on. I did see someone head out on, I see 2 drivers went out on the wet tires for some reason. I'm not sure what, let's see what's happening with that here at the moment. I'm not sure, was that a mistake or is that just an error in graphic at this point as it is here? But let's have a look at some of the other drivers out on track. There's absolutely no rain as I'm seeing here right now. So we'll try to figure out what's happening with that in just a bit, as we got quite a few drivers actually getting out on track, as we can see it here right now. So some of these names are going to be new to me here as well as we continue on through this section. So we'll have to probably get used to a few of those. Yep, looking good on the grid so far with 19 guys in, so it should be quite an exciting qualifying session to go on through with, and hopefully everyone makes it through the qualifying session pretty well. We'll see how many guys are able to make it over to Q2 and then over to Q3, but should be overall a great session, and always a fun race here at Bahrain and you know, under the lights as well. So look forward to that, and especially to how that race start is going to go by the time we get down to that point in the session as well. So for everyone joining on the stream, welcome guys. Thank you very much for joining on, and please guys, make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. It does help us out a lot. And remember, if you're new onto our channel here, make sure you guys subscribe, because we have so many races going on during the course of a week. So a lot of fun for these races, and a lot of races to watch. So just make sure you guys subscribe for that. And let's get on with this here right now. So just having a look at the names that we have here right now. So let's see, we got Raleigh, I got Vapor Hayden, got Bristol 6 there, got Santi, got SFC Gaz, got Liverpool fan, haven't talked to him in a while. We got Valentine RRC, we got Albert, got Night Shadow, got Biltamac there, got Mean Mad Moody there, we got Wild Dog, got Big Balls here. I was making a bit of fun of that earlier on, a few days ago or a week ago I think, on Instagram. Then we got Sprint IRC, we got Captain Infinity, we got BX37 Pro, we got Mr. J Hartnell there, haven't talked to him in a while either. TTV Dixon there, and we got Temp there. So quite interesting grid that we got. I think I'm familiar with quite a few of these names. Some of them I'm not, so I'll be interested to see how these guys get along. So already down to just about just under 15 minutes in the qualifying 1 session. So we'll start to see some lap times coming here pretty shortly, as we have a few drivers on their hot laps here right now. So that should work out pretty well. We're going to see how competitive the grid is going to get here in qualifying 1, as the main aim is basically just to get the fastest possible lap time and make sure you can make yourself get into qualifying 2. So we'll see how that works out. So far SFC Gans there with a 128.6 here around Bahrain, so he holds on to the fastest lap so far, the only lap so far. And there we go, Santi now has a 127.8, so far looking pretty good, getting a bit more competitive. As we can see, IRC now goes into the 126. Mean Moody Man goes 129. So very interesting so far. And Vapor Hayden in the chat there. So tribute lap complete for him. Good luck for him so far. Let's see what kind of good lap they're going to get. I think he's still in the pits at the moment. We got Albert now 126.9, about 5/10 off at the time of Sprint IRC there with his 126.4. Liverpool fan now goes 126.6, goes in the middle of them, goes second fastest on track. Who else is currently running? We have Captain Infinity and Tempt still out on track there. Both Renaults still trying to get a time in, so let's see where they're going to go on the grid as they get around. I think Temp might be in front of his teammates, so we'll probably see a lap time coming off of him first before we actually see a lap time from Captain Infinity here. So let's keep an eye and see how that's going. But so far so good with the lap times, I gotta say. 126 along to 129. It's gonna be getting a bit more competitive as we get further down to Q1, as everyone's just getting the feel of the track for this session, at least just getting around and just see where they are in terms of what tires they're actually using. I'm quite sure some of these guys using medium, some of these guys are using the soft tires, so it's going to be a mix of strategies as we continue to go on through the session so far. And SFC Gas out unfortunately already, so I'm going to be able to make any more lap times. Then he did a 128.6, but then had some trouble getting back to the pits there, I think, and that is Captain Infinity invalidating that lap just after doing a purple sector 2, unfortunately for him. So I'm going to go on down to his teammate here, who's just went across the line and goes third fastest in the session at 126.659, and that pushes them down to fourth now. So let's see who else is currently running out here. We got Vapor Hayden here, about to get started on hot lap pretty soon. We'll have a look at that in just a bit. Let's see what else is going around. Mr. Big Balls here, he is running in the racing point, about to get started on a hot lap here, I think. Yep, and let's see where he goes when he gets around, because now getting started on that. I think Raleigh just got started on his lap there as well in the AlphaTauri, so looking forward to some more interesting times as we get on through. And Sprint IRC out of this session, unfortunately, as well already, so we'll move to 126.4. Will that hold up to push him through to quali 2? I think it might. So it's a pretty good time so far in the session, so he should be able to make it over to qualifying 2. We'll have a look how that works out. We got Vapor Hayden beginning his hot lap here now as well. Let's have a look on how he does in the Mercedes. Would expect good performance coming out of that car, so let's see how that works for him. Where is his teammate? His teammate is on an outlap right now. That's TTV Dixon there down at the bottom. So he's on an outlap still. He think now getting started on a hot lap as well. So both Mercedes on their hot laps going through. We'll see how well their times are going to be as they get through this lap. Currently just about 11 minutes left in this qualifying session. But we're doing pretty decently so far, I would say, in terms of the lap times we've been getting. I think we'll just need to get a bit into the session to start to see some more competitive times. But overall it's looking pretty good so far, so let's have a look and see how the rest of the grid are going to be getting on through here. I'm sorry about that, I had a bit of setting just a bit down on the mic. Hopefully you guys were hearing me clearly. I forgot to make sure I had that set at a very specific point in terms of getting the audio through. It should be fine here right now. So hopefully you guys were hearing me clearly all the time. I'm not sure how that was, but let's see. So we got a purple sector 2 so far from Vapor Hayden here. I didn't pay attention to what this sector 1 time was like. I was adjusting the mic for a second, sorry about that. So let's see how he finishes off this lap. It's a final turn to get it wrong and back onto the pit straight, and let's get on board with him to see how fast he's about to go across the line here. Look like it might be a pretty good lap. 126.4 puts him second fastest in the session, with Big Balls taking the lead there so far with a 126.3. I don't know where you guys get these PSN names from. But yep, so far so good with the lap times that we have here. That's pretty interesting to see. Let's see who else currently running here. I got TTV Dixon. He's getting back into the pits, not finishing that lap. We got Night Shadow here running. He's about to finish a lap in a Williams. And let's see how fast he goes. He goes 6th fastest so far, 126.6. We got a lot of 126 going on here for Q1. So it's so far, I gotta say, it's pretty interesting to see what's happening with that. And is Santi on another lap here? Let's have a look. He might definitely be on another lap in the Haas here. So let's see how he finishes off. We got the rest of the grid currently into the pits at the moment, so they're going to be getting out anytime soon. As we'll have a look. I think we got a Renault getting back out on track there already. Either Captain Infinity or Temp there. We'll see which one it is. And looks like that's Captain Infinity getting out. We'll follow him in just a bit to see how his lap is going to go. As we're currently following August Santi here to see if he can improve on 127.8. Maybe throw that down into the low 126 or even a 125 if possible right now at this point. He is running on the soft, so let's see how fast he can get a really good lap time in and maybe try to keep himself from getting eliminated from Q2 as we're approaching that very shortly. Just about 8.5 minutes to go in this session here right now. But so far really good in the session. Gotta say I'm quite impressed with the lap times I'm seeing so far. It shows a bit of competitiveness out front as well with the 126s that we have, and quite a few 126.6 as it is right now. So I'm interested to see what qualifying 2 and qualifying 3 are going to be like in terms of the lap times that we're going to get off of these guys here for SNS Esports. And once again, guys, welcome to everyone who is currently joining on to our live stream at this point in time right now. And you guys are joining on. Please, guys, make sure that you guys leave a like on the stream. It literally takes a second to just hit like for us and really does help us out a lot on the channel here. So please make sure you guys do that. Do appreciate you joining us on as well. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the qualifying session we have going on right now. So just for everyone joining, we do have a full qualifying session that we're going through. So currently still in Q1. After this, we do have to go through qualifying 2 and qualifying 3. just to get to the race session afterwards. So it's going to be an interesting wait as well to see what that race starts really is going to be like. And if you guys do expect any safety cars or VSCs on this race, I'm not sure how it's going to be as yet. Guys, remember, it is a pretty long run down into turn 1 here for Bahrain, and always gets a bit bunched up and a bit chaotic sometimes as cars try to get to turns 1, 2, and then head down into turn 3. So we'll see how well these guys get off of that, and hopefully everyone gets away pretty well. We have a clean start on it, but we'll see how it goes. So still waiting off here for Santi here to get across the line. Let's see if he's able to improve his time from a 127.210, and does improve by just a bit, by about a tenth at least he does. Got Mr. J. Hartnell in the Ferrari here. Let's have a look how he's going. A purple sector 2 off of him so far. So it does seem like he's on to a pretty good lap, but he did just invalidate. Went a little bit too much off that curb. So gonna have to try that one again there. TTV Dixon here. He's on a hot lap here right now, getting started on this. So let's see if he's able to get an actual lap time in and see how that's going to go for him. So far we got Mr. Big Balls there holding on to the fastest time in the session, and Vapor Hayden in second with a 126.4, just about a tenth off of Big Balls, so not too far off. And then Sprint RC currently in third fastest in the session, 126.478, about 600 of a second time difference. And then Mr. Night Shadow in P4, 126.5. We got Albert 5th, 126.636, and Liverpool 6th right now with a 126.659, just about 200 of a second time difference. Another 200 of a second time difference between Liverpool and Temp there for 7. Raleigh 126.7 is about a tenth off. And then we go down to the 127s going further down. So let's see how the rest of the grid gets on through. But looking pretty interesting so far, as we can see there, and that's a purple sector 2 off of TTV Dixon here. So let's see if he can finish his lap and hopefully get it maybe into the top 5 for qualifying 1 here. I just try to keep that car from getting eliminated from the session. And goes across the line fastest in the session, pushes Big Balls down to second place right now. So TTV Dixon taking P1 in this session so far, 125.5, and a very, very interesting lap time. Very competitive there as well. So we're going to see how well everyone gets away with that one there, to see if they are able to actually get a better time than that. So 125.5, that's a pretty good lap time, I gotta say, quite impressive. Let's see how you're going to go with that. And Mr. J. Harton here doing a 126.6 so far, puts himself up in the P6. Not a bad position at all right now. We got Rizzle 6 down here. Let's see, he's getting back into the place, not finishing that up, unfortunately. We got Bill Tomat here. I think he's trying to get started on a hot lap here very soon. We got BX37 Pro. He's definitely trying to get a hot lap started here. So he's getting around the final sector here right now. So let's have a look on overhead with him and see how he's going to be finishing off here right now. And I did forget to update the stream schedule on Nightbot there, so oh, thank you, Vaporhead, and I didn't realize that was what you guys were doing. Okay, so I understand why you guys did that lap on the wet tires there now. Alright, so makes sense. Was a nice tribute on that one there. Alright, so what we got going on here? So BX37 Pro just did a purple sector 1. I'm just having a look to see if he's going to be doing a purple sector 2 here or not. But so far so good on the laps that we have. Yes, about 3.5 minutes left in this qualifying session so far. So really not a long time to go here in Q1. And we'll see which of our drivers are going to be left out of qualifying 2 as we get over to that session in just a bit. But so far TTV Dixon there, holding on to fastest time in the session as it is, 125.5, a very, very good lap time. We'll see if anyone else is able to beat that at this point. Not a purple sector 2 off of BX37 Pro here, so let's see how he finishes off sector 3. Could still get a potentially very good lap time, and maybe into the top 3 or 4 as it is, but let's see how that goes for him. If he does get a good sector 3 time, he will have a, I think he will get a pretty good time in. Well, that's it. It looks like he's going to get a pretty good time as he finishes across the line of 127.001. Puts himself in P10 for now. Not too bad of a time. Where is Biltomat here right now? Going through and getting around the final turn. Back onto the pit straight. He goes across the line here now. And let's see how fast he goes in a Red Bull. Goes P8 with that one here. 126.656. Literally 3,000th of a second faster than what Liverpool fan did. So quite a competitive in a grid. As we said, with the 126s, it's getting pretty interesting to see what's happening there. I think Q2 and Q3 are going to be a little more interesting than we have going on here in Q1 as well, but still has been quite an interesting qualifying session from SNS Esports so far. So really looking forward to see what Q2 and Q3 holds for us, as we're about to get to that in just a bit. So still got a little bit more time left in here, and looks like Biltman might be trying for a faster lap here on the same set of tires, so let's see if he's actually going to be doing that. But so far running pretty well. Down here I think we got Wild Dog. He's getting back into the pits. No, he's off track here right now. And Rizzle 6 has not made a lap time as yet. Has just a little bit of time left in the session here. Is he going to be getting out to make a lap time, or is he going to be staying in the pits and just being left out of qualifying 2 and 3 and probably starting down at the back? We'll see how that works out. And we got TGV Dixon trying to get a faster lap time in apparently here. Albert getting another out lap, definitely trying to get a better time in as we continue to go on through session. Captain Infinity out there as well. So let's see how that's going to work out. So a few drivers are out early off in the session. We'll see how their lap times hold up as we're getting to the end of qualifying 1 here right now. Oh, and unfortunately, that is Albert out of the session there. Hopefully they get that fixed by the time he gets to the race time, or if he does make it into Q2. That seems to be some pretty extensive damage there. Alright, let's get on to someone else who's currently running here. Mean Man Moody here running. 1 second, guys. We just set this headset. Seems to be a bit off. I think we're good. Alright, so let's see where he's going to be going as he gets across the line here right now. Does he go faster? And does go a bit faster up into P14. He is right now 128.2 for him so far. Let's see what's happening out front with Dixon here. Still holds on to the fastest time in this session. We got Biltomat. I think he was trying to get a faster time in, but he currently is second fastest in the session so far. And Albert's controller fell on the floor. Unfortunate, Albert, that happened. But yeah, it costs you to lose the rear wheel just because of that. Mechanics are going to have to work a bit overtime. Then again, that's what they get paid for. So they should get that car fixed in time for the next session. So let's see what's going to finish up. We are actually at the end of qualifying 1 here right now, guys. So just a bit overtime. Anyone currently running a lap will be able to finish off, which I think is just about 3 drivers currently need to finish off the session. And then that's going to be it for Q1. We'll have a look at the results and then head straight over to qualifying 2. But so far, so good in this session, guys. So let's have a look, see what's happening here with Dixon. He's trying to beat his own lap time at this point because he just did a purple sector 2. And yep, it is the Red Bull crew, Albert, so I think they'll probably get it done. They have shown, let's see, did he get a faster time? Yep, he did get a faster time. 300 per second faster than what he did before. 125.477 now. So Dixon did just beat his own lap time in the session. So yeah, the Red Bull crew have shown in the past that they are very quick workers to get the car repaired in time for a race, so wouldn't put it past them. So Albert is in good hands. Alright, so let's have a look at our Q1 results here right now. We got TTV Dixon taking fastest lap in the session with Mercedes, 125.477, very competitive with that time. The only guy in the 125, we got Biltomat taking second in this session, 126.259. Big Ball takes third. Vapor Hayden goes fourth fastest. Sprinter RC in fifth. We got Night Shadow 6. Jay Hartnell 7. Liverpool Fan 8. We got Tem there 9th. BX37 Pro 10th. We got Santine 11. Captain Infinity 12. We got Wild Dog in 13. Mean Mad Moody in 14. And that's going to be our 14 drivers going over to Q2 because we only had 19 drivers in the session for the start. Albert starting 15th. Gaz is going to start 16, Rizzle 6 starting 17, Valentine 18, and Raleigh starts 19th on the grid for them. So we're going to see how qualifying 2 is about to go. should be quite interesting in this one, because remember guys, they're going to have to be starting a race on the tires that they do make the fastest lap on, provided they make it over into qualifying 3 and provided it is a dry race. So let's see how that is going to go off here right now. So getting started in our 15 minutes for qualifying 2. Let's see who's going to be the first to get on track and get our stats up on screen. In the meanwhile, they decide who's going to be doing that at this point. So until we need telemetry on, we'll probably leave that off. What we're probably going to do is put on fitted tires for now and see what tires these guys are planning to run this session on, to see how the strategy is going to go for them, or what sort of strategy they're actually planning on using here. We're going to see some of these guys go off on the mediums, some are going to go on the softs, some might do the mediums and then do the softs, or do the softs and maybe then try to do faster lap on the mediums if possible. We'll see how it works for them. They're probably just going to have a look to see which tires are going to be faster on this track. I think they probably test that out a bit in qualifying 1 as well. But so far so good for qualifying. So with SNS Esports here, been interesting with qualifying 1, a lot of 126.6 in that session. So we'll see how they do in qualifying 2 right now. Going to be a mix of strategies trying to play out, so we'll see how that works out. But so far so good. And once again guys, please guys, make sure you guys leave a like on the stream. Thank you guys for joining on as well, and hopefully you guys enjoying what we have here coming off of SNS Esports. Okay, so we do have our drivers getting out on their out laps there right now. So we're starting to see the lap times coming here pretty shortly, as we have Captain Infinity and BX37 Pro already on their hot laps, which let's just have a look. Actually, Vapor Hayden on his hot lap as well. So let's have a look at him on board as he gets around the track here, running on mediums as it is. Let's see how fast his lap time is going to be. As just give me a second guys, let me just update something here right now. Okay, sorry about that. I have to just update something on Nightbot for that, for the scheduler. I think we're good. Let's see what's happening. What did I miss? So Liverpool out, TTV Dixon out of this session, unfortunately. Let's see. First fastest lap time in the session so far is Big Balls with a 127.280 on mediums. Vapor 127.293. That's about 7 thousandths of a second slower there on the mediums as well. Santi there did it on the fast, 127.3, BX37 128.023, and Captain Infinity 128.380. So far we're doing pretty well. Let's have a look on, let's keep that on best so we know what tires they actually did these laps on. Let's get on out to someone else currently running here at the moment. Biltomat seems to be on a pretty good lap going. Let's have a look at Wilder. Again, I haven't followed him through Q1, so let's see how he's doing here right now. About to get across this line and get a time in for Q2 as it is right now. Let's see how fast he's about to go. And goes fourth fastest in qualifying 2 session here, 128.022, so not too bad so far on the softs as well. We'll see how that strategy is going to work for him in the race, if that's what his plan is. And so far, Biltomat invalidating that current lap. We got Sprint IRC here running, about to get to the end of this current lap that he's running on. We got just under 10 minutes left in qualifying 2 right now. Santi now takes over fastest time in the session with a 127.268, just about 200 of a second faster. Sprint RC goes P4 right now, 127.667. So we can see who's doing some really good times on those mediums there right now. Of course, we have few drivers on the softs getting in the middle of this as well, so we'll see how well it works out for them as we get off to the end of the session. But so far so good with the qualifying times. A lot of 127s, 128s. That's what we're having a mix-up right now. And we might have these guys get out for a second round of laps here and try to get it in maybe into the 126 if they can. We'll see how it works out for them. And see, we got Night Shadow, Biltomat, and Temp there on out laps. Jay Hartnell as well. Let's see who's going to begin a lap here first. I think Jay might be, no, he's further down at the back there. So we got Mean Man Moody here about to get across the line and trying to get a fastest time in from a 129.477. Does he go faster? And does go faster. 128.543. Doesn't push him up anywhere further on the grid though, so he's gonna have to try to really get that going there. Biltomat here really trying to get another lap going, so let's have a look when he does get that going there. We got Tempt, he hasn't started his hot lap as well. We got Mr. J Hartnell about to get started on his hot lap here, so let's see how fast he's going to go, if he's able to keep that Ferrari from getting knocked off of Q1 at this point right now. Does need to get a good lap in, trying this on the mediums as it is, and let's see how fast he's able to go. Currently still Santi holding on to fastest lap in the session. Big Ball still in second, Vaporhead in third, Sprint RC fourth, Captain Infinity fifth, Wild Dogs sixth, and we got BX37 Pro in 7. Me Man Moody down to 8 right now. It is 128.543. And now Biltomat goes 138.8, a very bad lap from him. He was running quite slow on that lap, but he's going to try and get a faster lap in just as soon as he gets back going again. Still a lot of time left, just under 8 minutes left in the session. We got Jay and Night Shadow, I think both of them running a hot lap here at the moment. So let's follow on with Jay here. Where is Night Shadow? Night Shadow's a bit further out in front. So let's have a look at him finishing up this lap here and see how fast he's about to go, and if he's able to keep that car maybe to the top 5 or low 127, or maybe getting into the 126. That's a purple sector 2 so far from Night Shadow, so he's doing pretty well in that aspect there. And let's have a look. I want to see if Jay is going to get a purple sector when he does get across there, but it's going to be quite close between these two getting across both lines. So let's have a look. Actually have a look quite quickly at Jay if he does get across the line. Not a purple sector. And Night Shadow goes fastest in the session so far, 127.244, about 200 of a second faster than Santi there, so quite an incredible lap time as he has it. We got Jay Hartnell coming around the final turn here right now. Let's see how fast he's about to go across the line here. Should get a pretty good time here as well. Looks like it might be a 127, and it is a 127.719. Not too bad. Puts him into P6 for now. We got Temp down in the back there. Where did he go? He went P7, just behind Jay Hartnell. Well, 127.760, 500 of a second off of that time. So not too bad with lap times as we have it so far. Quite competitive. And let's see if Biltomat is getting another lap in, and he's probably going to go into the pits and try to get onto the next set of tires before getting back out on track. So far so good for our first round of laps that we've had happen here for SNS Esports. Not too bad with the times that we've had. So we'll quite a few 127s going down to P8 and then a few 128. So I think it's still quite a bit competitive with that, but definitely we'll see where the real competition is as we get into qualifying 3 in just a bit. But let's finish up this session, see how it's going. But so far so good with the lap times we've had, and only 2 drivers were not able to make any lap times in this session, unfortunately for them. Not sure if there was any sort of quali ban from previous races. This is the first race we're doing for SNS Esports. We'll be doing this every week, and hopefully we can have it's the same full grid that we've had today. Just 1 driver short of having full 20 drivers on the grid. So still going to be quite interesting to see how that's going. Let's have a look what's happening up front. I think these 2 guys are probably just getting back into the pits as it is there right now. Just waiting to see some more drivers get back out on track and get started with their hot laps. I think we got a Williams trying to get out there right now. Might be BX37 Pro. Let's have a look. Or he's just getting into the pits. My bad on that. So everybody's currently back into the pits. I think a Ferrari or somebody's trying to get out on track right now. No, he's getting into the pits there, my bad. Basically have all cars getting back into the pits at this point, so waiting to see who else is going to be getting out. They got 5 minutes to get out and get their next round of laps in before the end of the session here. So far so good in qualifying. Hopefully you guys are enjoying what we have going on. Please make sure you guys hit that like button on the stream there, just to make sure you guys help us out with that. Alright, so we got a Red Bull getting out, probably Bill Tomat, I'm not sure. Yep, definitely is, as he's only one in the session. Alright, so he's getting back out on the out lap right now. He's going to do it on soft tires this time around. His previous lap, he did a 138.8, a very bad lap, and he did those on the mediums. As you can see, he's currently getting out on the soft tires, so he's going to try and do a much faster lap on those tires here right now. So let's see what that's going to be. We got a Williams getting up behind of him there as well, so we'll see how that's going to go. So quite a few drivers might start to get back out on track as we're coming right down to the end of the qualifying session. At this point, they're probably just getting their fuel amount set up right and just deciding what tires exactly they want to run on the track before they do decide to get back out. And I think most drivers are probably just going to be getting a they're probably going to be getting just one lap more in, so we'll see how it goes for that there though. Okay, so let's have a look here. We got Bill Tomat about to get started on his hot lap here right now. First guy getting started back. Let's get a good look on board with him as he gets around. We still got that Williams coming behind him. And we got a Mercedes out on track as well. I think that's Vapor Hayden on his out lap, so he's definitely trying to get a good lap in as well. We'll see how that works out. Night Shadow already out of the session. Quite a few drivers are already retired off of the session. They're quite happy with their time, I assume there. So they know they're making it into qualifying 3, so they're not too worried about that. But let's see what that's going to work out. But Vapor Hayden trying to get a better time in. Not sure if he's running on different set of tires or not, but we'll see how that works. Bill Tomat trying to keep himself from getting knocked off of Q3 at this point, so let's have a look with him as he gets around. Just did a purple sector 1, by the way, so looking on pretty well for the lap that he should be finishing here. So let's see if he's able to complete this lap and probably get himself into the top 10 to make it over into Q3 at this point. So far so good though, looking pretty good with Q1 with the lap time. Let's see how with the sector time, let's see how sector 2 is going to go. If he does get a purple sector 2, might be on for an extremely good lap and probably able to save himself from getting knocked off of the session. Does have to make sure he doesn't invalidate this lap though, so he's gonna have to be a bit careful. And that is a purple sector 2 so far. Just need to be careful around the final turn as we're coming up to hit here right now, and just to make sure he does not invalidate this lap, and just be as careful as he can getting through, but does have to be as fast as he can to get through here as well, just to avoid getting the invalidated lap. Alright, so he's about to go across the line here right now. Let's see, he should be able to get a faster time in, and goes 126.695, the fastest time in the session for Q2 here, and puts himself in P1 for that one there. So not too bad with the lap time as we have it. The only guy in the 126 as well. Oh, we got BX37 Pro just went into the 126 as well, 126.789, just about a tenth off of Bill Tomat's time. So quite competitive up front with the two of them. They're getting that done on the soft tires there right now. And do we have anyone else running a lap? We got Vapor running a lap here, and I'm not sure how fast of a lap he's running. Let's see how he's getting on through with it, because I know we got Wildlock trying to get the hot lap started there, and he will get across the line in time to do that, but I don't think Vapor Hayden is running on a fast lap there at the moment. So we're going to follow on here with Wild Dog, and let's see how his lap is going to go in a McLaren there. Alright, so just going to keep an eye on Wild Dog. I think everyone else to basically finish off with their laps there right now. So I know Bill Tomat and BX37, but they just finish your lap. So they're not going to be doing another one again, because qualifying is usually about over here in about 5 seconds time either way. So I think that's going to be it for them. And I think the only driver left running on track is Wild Dog here at the moment. So let's have a look at how he finishes off this lap. And this should be the final lap for him. And then that's going to be it for this qualifying 2 session. So officially timer is up. I'm just waiting for Wild Dog here to finish off his lap. I know Vapor Hayden, I think he went back into the pits or just went across the line. So he's up with his lap as well. And that's going to be it for him. And yep, we're going to have a look at the results, see what is going to happen down into qualifying 3. Should be quite interesting as we get over to that session as well. So let's see if Wild Dog is able to improve his time from 128.022. I think he does need to improve that in order to make it over into qualifying 3 as it is. So let's see, he's going to go across the line at 127.307. Barely makes it over into P7. He goes with that one there. So a very good time, and will push him over into qualifying 3. That was quite a close call with him, so but still not too bad at all. Okay, so that's the end of qualifying 2. We're going to have a look at the results here right now as BX37 Pro is having his car put into the garage there. And we're going to wait for that to get over so we can get to the results and just have a look at that and then get straight on over to qualifying 3, which is going to be quite interesting to see how fast these guys are going to be going in that session there. What is happening in the garage here right now? Alright, there we go. I think that's it right now. He's retired, and we're finally going to get to go off and have a look at the results and see what's going to happen for Q3 here right now. Alright, so there we have it. So Bill Tomat went fastest in the qualifying 2 session there. Did it on the softs. That's a 126.694 for him. We got BX37 Pro goes fastest, second fastest. Night Shadow goes third fastest. Santi fourth. Big Balls in fifth. Vapor Hayden sixth. We got Wild Dog there 7th, Sprinter RC 8th. We got Jay Hartnell in 9th and Temp there at 10th, barely making it over to qualifying 3. So starting down in the 11th, we're going to have Captain Infinity. Mean Man Moody starts in 12th, Liverpool Fan starts 14th, and TTV Dixon will have to start, 14, and Liverpool Fan starts 13th on the grid. So no time for those two, and we'll see how that works for the top 10. As we can see, quite a mix of strategies. Most of them probably will be on the mediums there from what we've seen, provided that it's a dry start on the race. Not sure what the race conditions are going to be like as yet. So we're going to get straight into qualifying 3 here right now, guys. 12 minutes for that session, not pretty long, so they're going to have to get a rush on to get their lap times in as quick as they can. Only 10 cars to run on the track, so should have enough space between each of them in terms of anyone getting in anyone's way. And we'll see how that goes. Everyone will be definitely on the soft tires running through in this session, so let's see who's going to be getting out on track for us for that here. Once again, guys, good response on the stream so far from what I can see from YouTube control room there. But still, guys, do make sure you guys leave a like on the stream as you guys are watching on there. It does help us out a lot. Don't forget to do that for everyone, any driver who's currently watching. I know you guys are probably driving, so make sure you guys do leave a like on the stream before you leave off of the session there. And that does help us out a lot, guys, so make sure you guys do that, and feel free, you guys, to share the link out anywhere you would like. I really didn't have a chance to really do much sharing out with the link, but we still seem to be having a pretty good audience going on so far with the session here. Okay, so we got cars getting out on track already here, and let's see how fast these lap times are going to be. We expect to see some 126, maybe some 125s here as well, because the way the lap times have been going for qualifying 1, qualifying 2, especially on the soft tires, we've seen cars get into the 125s, and we've seen a lot of 126. So definitely expecting majority of the cars to be on the 126, and maybe a few 125s, or maybe even majority of the 125s. We'll see how it goes, but should be an interesting qualifying 3 session. So let's see how well these drivers are going to get on through. And let's see who's going to be the first to start off the hot lap here. It looks like Santi might be the first driver to get the hot lap started. He is the horse running out in front of everyone here at the moment. So let's see how that's going for him. Looking pretty good so far. Okay, so we finally got drivers starting up on their hot laps here right now. Let's have a look on board with Santi as he gets around this track and see how fast he's going to be going on this lap. And hopefully not an invalidated lap for him here. I think we got just one driver left in the pit. That's Biltman there. Probably getting out shortly as well. Definitely going to be an interesting race around here. Everything's going to be purple off so far for Santi since it's the first lap that's being set. And we do have drivers coming behind him as well, so they might actually be doing a better sector than him. Some of them maybe. We'll see how it goes. But definitely expecting some competitive lap times in this session before we close off Q3 to get to the race session. And forgot to ask if the formation lap is on. Hopefully it is on, so we can have a full look at our entire starting grid from P1 to P19 before we do get started with the race there. I think Sprint IRC in front, but he's still on an out lap getting through. Alright, so we got Santi getting around sector 3 here right now, so about to finish off this lap. We're definitely going to start to see some lap times come in here and see how competitive it's going to be. Hopefully he gets into a really good 126, or maybe even to a 125. It would be interesting for his first go at it here in Q3. So let's have a look. Might be a 126, actually a 127, 127.040, just about 400 per second off of being into those 126 as it is. Night Shadow goes 127.101 in P3 so far. We got all the time starting to come in. PX37 Pro goes 126.9 into second. Big Balls goes into provisional pole start with 126.067 so far. Who else is coming in? We got Vapor Hayden goes 126.139 so far in the session there. Who else is next? We got a McLaren of Wild Dog coming around for the next lap to come in. I think behind him might be Sprint IRC, either that or it's Biltman on an out. No, it's Biltman on an out lap there. So let's have a look as the McLaren goes across the line. Goes 127.44. Not the best of times we're having here for the first round of lap times for some of these guys getting into 127s, which we're not expecting. Let's see Mr. J Harton going across the line, and he goes 126.898 into P3 with that lap time so far. So not too bad. We got Tempt invalidating his lap. Unfortunately, we got Sprint IRC coming around right now. We got Biltmat not too long getting started in his lap. He's still in sector 1 going through. And Wild Dog looks like he's been disconnected off of the session. Alright guys, so far Big Balls with the fastest time in the session on 126.067. Vapor the 126.139. Sprint IRC with a 126.4. Not too bad with the 126s that we have so far, as we have drivers trying to improve their time there as well. Biltomat is still going around the track, and it's a bit interesting. So we're starting to get more and more of the 126 coming in. We got Night Shadow and Wild Dog back into the pits right now. They're definitely going to have to try and get a better time than a 127 if they want to get a really good start here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We got Biltomat, and I think Temp will have to try another lap, and he's doing a purple sector 1 on this lap going through so far. And let's have a look at Biltomat now to see how he's going to be finishing off this current lap that he's running on, and if he's able to get it into the 126 as it is there right now. Getting around the final turn, getting back onto the straight, and let's see how he's going to have a go across the line. He goes third fastest in the session with that time. We're following on with Tempt here to see if he's doing a proper sector 2. No, not a proper sector 2. So Biltmat went 126.286. Puts him up into P3 for the start of this race. So far, Big Ball still holding on to a provisional pole start as it is. We'll see if anyone else is able to beat that time. We got Tempt coming around here right now in the Renault. He's about to go across the line. Let's see where he goes. We got Wild Dog getting back out on track already. And Temp goes now third fastest, pushing Biltomat down to P4. He's now third with 126.197, a 10 faster than what Biltomat did. So not too bad so far. We're getting quite competitive with these 126s that we have. So not going to say that's a disappointment at this point here. And let's see what else is happening on track here right now. Wild Dog getting back out on an out lap. So we're going to have to wait for him to get started on that next hot lap before we can see a next time from him. Definitely trying to improve his 127.444. Maybe didn't have a really good lap there, so we'll see how it works out for him. But so far so good in this qualifying session as we have it. Gotta say, it's been quite interesting to see with his 126s that we have, and I think it's definitely going to be an interesting start for the race as we get over through first lap at least. We'll see how if it's going to get any way chaotic at all as from the opening lap. I'm not sure. We're trying to keep an eye on as much of it as we can for you guys as we get started with that. But so far so good here with SNS Esports for the full qualifying session that we've had going through. We went through Q1, Q2, and we're currently at the end of Q3 right now. Just about 4.5 minutes left, and that is while they're going a bit off track. That's going to be a bad lap from him. That definitely not going to be a better lap here. Night Shadow getting out already, back on track. He's getting on his out lap going into sector 2 at the moment there. So we're going to see a lap time back on him pretty shortly. I think, let's see if Wild Dog is going to finish his lap here. 127.444. Does he improve on that time? And no, goes literally 1,000th of a second slower on that lap there. So we're going to go on with Night Shadow here right now. He is about to begin his hot lap here, getting around the Bahrain circuit. So let's see if he's able to improve his time from 127.101. Should be able to actually improve that, provided he does get a good lap in on the Williams there. Let's have a look on board with him as he gets through this lap. Seems to be flying around the track so far, so let's see if the rest of the lap is going to go well for him. Still got Big Balls holding on to fastest lap in this session. We haven't seen the rest of the grid get back out on track yet. They might be getting out on the very last bit of it just to make one more lap in here for this session. Let's see how that's going to work for them. And that is a purple sector 1 there off of Night Shadow so far. Let's see how sector 2 is going to go, because it looked like he might be on for a pretty good lap to put himself up maybe to the top 5 or top 3 for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Alright guys, and that is Night Shadow putting himself up into P3 right now, 126.189. Quite an impressive lap time from him. Let's see what that's going to hold off as we get further on to the end of the session. We got Vapor Hayden getting back out on the outlap right now. BX37 Pro getting back on the outlap there as well. So definitely they're going to try and improve their time as much as they can. Let's see how many drivers more will be getting back on outlaps and trying to get another time in before the end of the session. Alright, so you got Vapor Hayden about to get started in his lap here right now. We can see a few more drivers getting out on track as well. So everyone definitely trying to get one final lap in before this session comes to an end here right now. And for all of those you currently joining us onto the session here right now, guys, please just welcome you onto the session and make sure you guys leave a like on the stream, guys. Gotta keep reminding you guys about that. And it does help us out a lot when you guys do that. Yes, so let's see how this session is about to finish up. We got about just about 30 seconds left in this qualifying session right now, and let's see if Vapor Hayden is able to get a faster time. So currently Big Ball still holds on to fastest time in the session. Provisional pole start for him for the race. That's P1 to 126.067. Then we got Night Shadow currently in second, literally 2,000th of a second slower than what Big Balls did. He's currently holding on to 126.069 as it is. Vapor Hayden 126.139, so not too far more for him to get a bit of a faster time in. And let's see what that's going to work for him though. Didn't pay attention if he had any purple sectors. But let's see how this session does finish off as everyone is trying to get their final time in here right now. And looks like he just get a purple sector too, so looking pretty good on that end so far. Let's see if he's able to finish the entire lap and probably put that car maybe into P1 or P2 as he gets across the line here just about right now. And does actually put it on P1 for a pole position starter. 125.952, definitely quite impressive. Now we're seeing our first 125 in session. Second 125 goes to Jay Hartnell. Now takes over fastest lap in the session at 125.950. Literally 0.02 of a second faster than what Vapor Hayden did. Now that's quite competitive out front. So this is what we're looking forward to see. And this is all coming down to the end of the session as we're seeing it right now. Big Balls here out on a lap, but he definitely not going to be making a faster one as he invalidated that current lap that he was running on there. Let's have a look, see any other driver currently running on a lap here. I think Wild Dog might be running on a final lap as he's getting through. And this is the end of qualifying here right now, guys. So this is basically going to be it for the start of the race as we're having it come down at this point. Big Balls definitely not making a faster time. Wild Dog not making a faster time than when he has there right now, 127.444. He's definitely going to have to start there in P10. And that's the end of qualifying 3 there, guys. We're just going to wait at the end still to have a look at the final results for the session. But still, quite interesting with the race start that we're going to have here between Jay Hartnell and Vapor Hayden there out in front. Very competitive with those 2 lap times. I think those two definitely, it's going to be all about who gets a better start on that grid down into turn 1. I will see how it goes though, because the Mercedes of Vapor is definitely going to be running just behind Jay as they get through the first lap at least. I think there's going to be quite a good battle between the two of them for the lead of the race. We'll see how it works out, and hopefully both of them get a pretty good start on the lead race starter as well. Okay, so let's have a look at our top 10 for the starting grid of the Bahrain Grand Prix. So we got Mr. Jay Hartnell starting in P1. We got Vapor Hayden's going to start alongside him in second there on the grid. We got Big Ball starting P3. We got Night Shadow starts 4th. Sprint RLC is going to start 5th. We got Temp starting 6th. We got Biltomat starts 7th. BX37 is going to start in 8th. We got Sandy starting 9th and Wild Dog starting down there in 10th in the McLaren. So it looks like a pretty interesting grid for the start of this race. So let's get on through to that session and let's see how well of a start these guys are about to get for the Bahrain Grand Prix here. So good luck to the drivers on that one there. Okay, so we're getting started on our formation lap here right now. So everyone's going to be just having one go around the track just before we get started with the race as it is there right now. So let's have a look here right now, just get a few of our stats up on screen as we're currently just trying to make sure everything is as it should be. So we're going to keep this on position changes, guys, as we're going to get started with the race there. And we'll probably change that to tires as we get further on into the session. But let's have a look at the tires as they are here right now. Alright, so we can see a mix of strategies that we have there right now with our top 6 drivers having on the medium tires to start the race. Then we got 7 to 10 down in the softs, and a mix of strategies down at the back of the grid as well. So it's going to be quite an interesting start, especially to see Albert and Raleigh there on the soft tires to start this race off. And it's going to be a 29 lap race around here, guys, so it should be quite an interesting session to have a look at. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, and once again, welcome to everyone currently joining on to the stream, or if you're watching this stream after it's been live, either way, just welcome onto it, and just thank you guys for joining, and make sure you guys leave a like on the stream for us. It does help us out a lot with that. Alright, so let's see what we're going to do here. Alright, we're going to leave that on that, and then we'll put telemetry on a little bit later on in the session as we get on through there. So we got all 19 drivers sorted back onto the grid as it is, And we got, so as our grid is, we got Jay starting P1, Vapor Hayden's going to start second in the grid. We got Big Ball starting P3, Night Shadow starts fourth, Sprint IRC is going to start fifth. We got Temp starting sixth, Biltimat starts seventh, BX37 Pro starts eighth, Santi starts ninth, Wild Dog is going to start 10th, Captain Infinity starts 11, Mean Man Moody starts 12, Liverpool Fan in 13, TGV Dixon starts 14, Albert starts 15. We got SFC Gas starting 16, Rizzo 6 starting 17. Valentine starting 18, and Roddy starts 19th on the grid. And we're just about to have these cars start to get back into grid spots on the grid here right now to get started with this race. As we can see, it's going to be quite an interesting run getting down into turn 1. We're going to see how well these cars are going to get off. We're going to have a pretty close look between Jay Hartnell and Vapor Hayden for the start of the race to see who's going to get a better start off of that grid. As you can see, Jay is already in his slot. We got the Mercedes of Vapor Hayden getting into his slot here right now. Let's have a look down at the back to see when the final car is into that grid slot. And then we're going to have an overhead view as everyone gets through turn 1 and 2. Trying to keep an eye mostly on the midfield to see if we're going to have any incidents happen here. Alright, so I think we're about ready to go. We're going to get on board right now with a Vapor here and have a look between him and Jay Hartnell to see how that race start is about to go. And it seems like they get a pretty decent start from both sides. And let's have a look overhead to see what's happening as everyone gets through. So far, it seems as though Vapor is having a pretty good run on Jay going down into turn 1. And he gets the lead away. Jay down to P3 already. Night Shadow trying to get ahead of him. Got a bit of contact with both the Ferrari and the Williams. They're still going side by side down the next straight. Oh, and a bit of contact between the big balls there and someone else. I'm not sure who that was, but he's still going. Does have a lot of damage on that car though, as it is there right now. And Temp trying to get around and follow off with Jay and Night Shadow as it is there right now. We got Jay back down into P4 now as it is. He's trying to get back his position up, but to get a Red Bull coming alongside and trying to get another position. That's Biltimat trying to get another position there. So Jay down to P4 from the start of the race. Temp now running P3 just ahead of him. And then we got Night Shadow takes over second place in the race, about 2 seconds behind Vapor Hayden. He's gotten a pretty good start out front. And we got a Mercedes into the wall down in the back. That's TTV Dixon there. He's probably had contact with someone, and we do have a safety car for that issue there. So let's have a look, see if we can see what's happened exactly down in the back here. Not sure who that contact was with. We still do have TTV Dixon continuing on in the race. We still have all 19 drivers in this session going on through, but Vapor Hayden leading the pack out front. He's not going to be too happy about this safety car right now because he was having a decent gap going already before the end of the first lap as we had it. And now we have a safety car because of a few incidents that we had happening from the start of the race coming up to that point with TTV Dixon. They're getting into that wall. A lot of debris on track, so they're going to have to get that cleaned up as well before we do get back racing again here. Let's see if we're going to have any emergency pit stops happening. There definitely might be a few pit stops. A lot of cars took damage off of that race start there. So we got Santin to the pits already there. We got Midman Moody. I think he does have a 5-second penalty. Is it? Let's have a look at that. Yep, it is a 5-second penalty that he does have. So we have quite a few more cars into the pits right now. Our leaderboard has gotten a bit messed up, so we're just going to ignore that for the time being. But currently as it is, we got Vapor Hayden leading this race with Night Shadow running in second there. And then is that cat? No, that's Temp there in P3, but the leaderboard just mixed up, so we're just going to leave that to sort itself through for just a bit. So we are following on behind the safety car here right now on lap 2, as it is not lap 3. I don't know why it says lap 3, just gets mixed up a lot. It should get sorted back through in just a bit. So we're going to have to follow the safety car at least for about 2.5 more laps or so before we are able to get back racing here. And we do have TTV Dixon into the pits to get his front wing changed, because he did take quite a lot of damage from getting into the barriers down at the side of the track with that incident that he had. I'm not sure who that incident was with, but they take quite a bit of damage from that. And our leaderboard should be back sorted through in just a bit. But so far so good, guys. I think it was quite an interesting start. Unfortunate for Mr. Jay Hartnell, not the best of start for him, because he did lose about 3 positions, sorry, from the lead of the race. Went down to second, then went down to third, and then lost down to fourth from Temp there. But he's still in a pretty good position to fight back for the lead of the race as it is there right now, because he's running just behind Temp and we're following under a safety car. So they're going to be getting pretty close off to each other before the safety car goes in. So it's going to be quite an interesting restart to have a look at as well, to see how that's going to go. Vapor here and getting the best possible start, though, takes away the lead before the end of the first sector, and gets a pretty good gap going, about 2 seconds. Unfortunately, safety car has ruined that for him, so he's going to be looking forward to getting just a bit of a gap going once we get the race started back again. We'll see how that goes, but so far so good with the race start. We still do have all 19 drivers who started the race are still in this race and continuing on through. Unfortunately, just a bit of damage from a few cars, but that is expected from a race start here at Bahrain, with cars getting a bit bunched up through turns 1 and 2, which is kind of what happened. A lot of contact through that opening lap there as well, and we can see a lot of the cars behind actually starting to weave around the track just a bit, just to keep those tires up to temperature as much as they can. So we're going to continue following on right now and have a look on how this is going here, but so far so good. I see a few cars have changed off their tires. Some of these guys went on to the medium, some of them went on to the hard tires. So not sure what the strategy is going to be, if they're going to push on through all the way down to the end of the race on those tires that they currently have there. But we'll see how that works for them. But so far so good. And remember guys, this is currently we're with SNS Esports F1 League, and this is round 3 of 22 for their current season that they're running on. This is the first race we're actually doing for them. So as we're under the safety car, maybe we can have a look. I think I do have the standings on the Discord updated here, so probably we can have a look at that and see what that is at this point here. So let's have a look. So currently as it is, and hopefully this is updated, let me just have a look at the date. That was on the 10th, so this should be fully updated from their second race. So let's have a look here right now, see what the standings are like for the driver standings at this. So it looks like Vapor Hayden is leading the drivers championship right now with 44 points. We got Night Shadow in second place with 30 points. That's a 6-point difference, and that's how they're kind of running now. Vapor in P1, Night Shadow running second. Then we got TTV Dixon there running with 25 points in P3. Santi P4 currently in the championship with 24 points. Sadistic not racing today, he is in 5th with 22 points. Bill to Mad there in 6th with 18 points. Then we got Big Balls there in 7th with 10 points. We got Albert in 8th right now with 8 points. BX37 Pro 9th with 7 points. Liverpool Fan 10th with 4 points. Temp there is in 11th with 2 points. Raleigh 12th with 2 points. And Pete Hoy is with 1 point in 13. He's not racing today either there. So that's how the Drivers' Championship is looking so far. And I'm wondering if I can have a look at the there it is. We do have the constructor standings as well. So as it stands, Mercedes is leading currently with 69 points. So they're leading constructor standings as it is right now. I think we're back racing here right now, so let's see how that's going as well. As it does look like it's been a pretty interesting restart. I don't see any incidents happening on the restart as we're going through that. So still a pretty close gap. I think Captain Infinity might have the closest gap down in the back here. He's trying to keep up with Big Boss for P6 and does have BX37 Pro going alongside him trying to get by. I think they had a bit of contact there on that restart as it was. So the Renault chasing after the Williams, see how that's going to go through. But so far so good. I don't think they took any damage off of that restart, but let's see how the rest of it goes on through. Santi here getting pretty close up behind that Ferrari of Mean Mad Moody, and does have Albert pretty close by behind him, so he's going to have to be a bit careful there as well. Bill to Mad there in P5 chasing after Jay Hartnell in P4. So he's trying to get that position up if he can, but I don't think Jay's going to allow it that easily. But let's have a look. He's going side by side with the Ferrari right now, trying to take it into turn 11. And let's see who gets on through ahead of that. And looks like Bill Tomat does get ahead into P4. That's Jay down to P5. And he still has a pretty close gap behind, so still might actually be able to get this back, because we're going to have DRS coming line back pretty soon. And that's going to be a bit of an advantage to them there as well. Let's have a look. He's using a little bit of overtake as he gets through back onto that straight. And let's see how close he's able to catch him. Going back on the BX37 Pro, going side by side with Big Balls there for P6 right now. And let's see who comes out of that one so they get around the final turn. Back onto the pit straight. Looks like the BX37 takes the lead down the pit straight as they go. It's going to be quite a close one as they get down into turn 1 though. Let's see how close Big Balls is able to get. But BX37 Pro having a good run. He's trying to keep up with Jay Hartnell there right now. Down in the back, I see Sprint. Oh, and a bit of a mistake off of Big Boss's car there. So he's losing out a bit right now because Captain Infinity coming alongside, taking the inside and getting around, trying to get around actually, but still has to hold back in P8 at least for now. Let's see if he's going to get it wrong here. Still going a bit side by side. I don't see any contact between the two of them yet, but might get a bit close as they continue fighting on through for that position. That's Captain Infinity up to 7. The Racing Point goes down into P8 there right now. Has to hold that position at least for now. We got Ultimate having a pretty good go on Temp out front for P3. That's the final podium position. We'll see how that battle is going on through. Sprint IRC down at the back here. He's having a pretty good go at Albert as well, trying to get him ahead of that Red Bull. And Mean Man Moody has a bit of a gap down behind. He's falling off of the DRS zone just a little bit, and he's falling down a little bit more because TTV Ryan is going alongside him, trying to get that position up. And looks like the Mercedes is going to get it up, but the Ferrari fighting it back. And let's see who gets out in front as it is there right now. But looks like the Mercedes of TTV Dixon gets out in front, takes away P13, puts Mean Man Moody down to 14. Does have the McLaren of Valentine coming just behind. Let's have a look what's happening up front with Santi and Albert. Both of them going side by side. And looks like Red Bull has the inside to go through, but the Haas takes it back and puts himself back to P10. Albert down to 11, has to keep it there for now as they go on down the pit straight. And let's see who else has a closer gap as we're following here right now. Going down to Valentine here in P14, chasing after Mean Man Moody. He probably is going to take it on the inside to turn 1 and try to get it around that Ferrari, but has to probably hold it back for now. Oh, and actually pushes out through because the Ferrari does leave enough room for him and goes maybe a little bit wide off, but still not able to get the position yet. Now has his DRS advantage, goes side by side with him and will get up into P14 if he gets this around the next turn really well, but the Ferrari is fighting him back. Mean Man Moody is not giving up, but he does go wide, and that pushes the McLaren through up into 14th position. So he's down to 15 for that mistake there of going a bit. I think he was trying to avoid contact between the two cars, but pretty well done. Not too bad with that. Temp goes up into P2 so far, out in front. I think he's having some trouble here as he makes a bit of a mistake, I think, and that's going to put Night Shadow up into a position to try and get back into second place at this point here. So let's see if he's able to get that position by going side by side through turn 11 and pushes the Renault a bit off track there as he goes a bit wide. The Red Bull of Biltomat coming just behind as well, trying to go alongside Temp to try and get a position up. So Temp down to P4. Biltomat gets up to P3, chasing after Night Shadow for the second place in the race. We got Vapor Hayden still leading out front by 4.4 seconds right now, and he's going to continue carrying on that lead as he goes there at the moment. So a pretty decent lead that he does have, running clean here out front as well. So he's doing pretty well, I gotta say, with that. So Vaporhead now gets the fastest lap in this session so far as he continues to race on through. A lot of cleaner for him to work. We got Biltomat behind Night Shadow. He's gonna go alongside that. Williams trying to go side by side into turn 1, takes the inside. The Ferrari trying to fight the Renault down in the back there as well as Jay and Temp. Let's see how they're going on through, but Biltomat gets up in the second place, and TTV Dixon has retired from the race. He's out, and I'm not sure where that's actually happened because it's a safety car for that incident there. Let's see if we can have a look down at the back. Nope, I don't think we... Actually, yep, there it is. His car is down by the exit of the pit lane there on track, and that's happened there. I'm not sure how that exactly happened there. Unfortunate for Dixon there. I'm not sure what exactly happened. If he did have contact with someone, because we were not having a camera angle anywhere around there for that time. And, hey Adam, can you tell me what happened there? Because I'm not sure what exactly happened there. But unfortunate that that Mercedes driver is out, and he's running pretty well in the driver standings as we just went through them just a bit. So he's doing pretty well in that so far. Unfortunate that's going to be less points for Mercedes in this race here. So one driver lost of this race so far. Our second safety car in the session so far. We're on lap 7 of 29, continuing on through the race. And we're going to have to go under the safety car for another 2 laps before we get back racing here again. And this might trigger a few more pit stops. We'll see how that works out. Definitely some of these drivers might want to take a pit stop under the safety car as they'll probably be able to save some time here right now. We'll see how that works out. So let's have a look at the constructor standings as we have it. So Mercedes leading currently with 69 points, but one driver out of this race, unfortunately, so that's going to be no point for one driver in, and just Vapor Hayden leading out front. So hopefully he finishes in P1 and can get 25 points to add on to that lead that they have there. Williams running second in the constructor standings right now. So you can see a few pit stops happening on track there. So Williams running second with 37 points. Then we got Red Bull running third in the championship right now with 26 points. Haas running fourth with 24 points. Alfa Romeo running fifth with 22 points. Ferrari running sixth with 12. Then we got Racing Point in seventh with 6 points. AlphaTauri ties them with the 6 points in eighth. Renault only 1 point. And McLaren no points in the Constructors' Championship as yet. But hopefully they can score some points in this race. And let's see where the Renaults are running. Not in the points as yet. So hopefully they can get up to that point. We'll see how it goes for them though. Okay, so let's see what's been happening here. So I'm trying to have a look. Are our guys out front doing pit stops or not? So I see a few cars in the midfield there have done their pit stops, including Jay Hart and Leonard went on to the hard tires. They're definitely going to push to the end of the race on that strategy that they're currently running on there. No rain in this race detected, so it's going to be a dry session full on through. So they're going to be going on to the set of tires that they're probably going to be finishing the race on at this point when they do a pit stop here. We got Vapor Hayden, we got Night Shadow there, we got Albert. We got Mean Man Moody, and we got Raleigh and Liverpool Fan. Probably might have to do another pit stop. I'm not sure. Actually, no. Liverpool Fan is on, and Albert is on the. They're definitely running on hard, so they're probably going to push on through to the end of the race. Hey Seb, what is up? Thanks for joining on the session. Glad to have you on as well. Yep. So we definitely think Albert and Liverpool Fan might push on through to the end of the session with those tires that they're currently running on, but we'll see how that strategy works for them, because they might wait for another safety car VSC maybe to do a pit stop if they're going to do one going down to the end of the session. But we have, I know, 3 drivers out of that top few that we have there. They have not done a pit stop as yet. That's Vapor Hayden, Night Shadow, and Mean Man Moody. They have not done any pit stops so far, and we'll see how the strategies work for them, because I'm not sure when they do plan on doing their pit stops. They're running on medium, so probably pushing a little bit more further into the race before doing a stop. But I don't know, depending on what strategy they're trying to run, or if they're hoping for another safety car later on in the race, or maybe a VSC to actually try and do their pit stops to save some time. But we'll see how it goes. But so far so good from the start of the race to this point. But this is our second safety car going on through. First safety car was on the opening lap with a bit of contact between two cars, getting in a bit of way of that, a lot of debris on track. No cars were out of that opening lap, but unfortunately still got safety car on that. But then we got Dixon just went out, so that's a safety car for his incident there. Vapor Hayden once again will not be happy about this safety car here, as he was leading by about 4.5 seconds in front of Night Shadow, who was running in second there. But let's see how the rest of the race continues on, because he's still got another gap going after the first safety car was over, with a 2-second gap before that safety car, so he might still be on a pretty good strategy running through here. But we'll see how it goes. And once again, welcome to everyone currently joining onto the stream, guys. Glad to have you guys on here, and please remember to leave a like on the stream before you guys head off anywhere. It doesn't take more than a second for you guys to do that, so thank you guys very much for that support there as well. And yes, so still running under the safety cars we have there. Lap 9 of 29 right now. Still got about 20 laps more to go in this race, and hopefully everything goes pretty well for the rest of the race. We'll see how that works out. But so far so good with the qualifying session, the race start and whatnot. Just a bit of incident causing on the second safety car, but well, a bit unfortunate for Dixon there, but does have to happen sometimes as well. So we'll see how it goes through for the rest of the race though. Okay, so there we have that notification from race control. So safety car is going to be in on this lap. So we're about to get back racing into lap 10 here, and hopefully no more slow disruptions of safety cars or VSCs in the session. Alright, so we're about to get back restarted here right now. Let's have a look of Night Shadow if he's getting a pretty good run with Vapor Hayden down at the turn one. Not looking, he's catching him too much. We got Albert catching up to him, so let's see how that's going to go. He catches up as we get around turn one a bit, but still going to need to keep that gap as close as he can to keep the battle alive for the lead of the race. Let's have a look on the midfield here right now as everyone gets through turn one, but looks like he's going pretty well so far. That Red Bull fighting it off with the Renault of Temp. I think that's Temp and Bill to Mac there trying to fight it off through. Let's have a look on what's happening on their end. Yep, it is. And Santi coming just behind that as well. So a bit of a battle down in the midfield, trying to fight off a position. We got BX37 Pro fighting it off in Liverpool, trying to get ahead of him. But we got Mean Man Moody just ahead, so he's have to be a bit careful. I think he's trying to find a gap to go maybe on the inside or the outside. But Liverpool fan not really giving him much of an option. He does have to hold it back there for now. And so just continue on in this race as it is. Jay Harton getting very close off the Temp, as he does have Bill to Mac trying to fight him side by side. And gets the inside down through turn 10, gets a position up there into 9th position. That's Jay down into 10th right now, and now going side by side with Santi there and the Haas fighting it through for that position. Let's see. No, he's not gonna lose that position just as yet. So Santi's still trying to fight it off through. How is it looking behind? We got Big Balls and Captain Infinity fighting it off through just behind of them. So that's another battle going on through. We're following on the Tempt again to see what's happening between him, BX37, and Liverpool fan just in front here. So a bit of a train of cars going through here as well in the midfield, fighting it off through at least for 6th place. And we got someone going a bit wide there, and that was BX37 Pro. Went a bit off track, a bit wide. Gets her back on track, down into P8 right now. We got the Renault of Tempt and Liverpool fighting it off through into turn 1. And it's going to be quite close between the two of them to see what's going to happen. Cars coming out just on the side and trying to get ahead into turn 1 here right now. That's Tempt fighting off of that position. Gets up into P6. Liverpool down to 7th, as you can see there right now. Santi, a Big Boss, switching position down in the back as well. And Captain Infinity getting a 3-second penalty. What's happening down in the back there? Let's have a look. I think he's trying to go side by side with the Racing Point of Big Boss here right now. And he goes a bit wide, so that leaves room open for him to go behind Santi now, up into 12, but still fighting it off through side by side with the Racing Point. And he takes back his 12th place, but still switching. So might be a bit of contact between the two of them as well as they get on through. Just some minor contact, as we can see, maybe getting on through, but still everyone getting through pretty well. Getting back up to Temp here in P6 to see how that battle is going on through. Still fighting it off with Mean Man Moody in the Ferrari, trying to get ahead into P5 and does get the position up here right now. Mean Man Moody was a bit slow getting back onto the power there, but still not too bad so far. Just losing that one position. Liverpool fan falling down another position as BX37 Pro gets ahead up into P7 here. So what's happening down in the back here? Let's have a look. I don't know if any car took any damage so far, but probably went maybe a little bit wide on that there, but still fighting it on through as Biltemac coming just behind of him, and Jay Hartnell there as well. So quite a close gap following on through to see what's happening here. Got Mean Man Moody chasing after BX37. We do have DRS coming online here right now to become some use to these guys who are within a second of each other. Currently, as we have it, we got Vapor Hayden still leading this race. Now we got Nine Shadow running in 2nd, Albert running in 3rd, Raleigh running 4th, Tempt running in 5th right now as it is. I'm trying to see where our closest gap is. Down to Captain Infinity in 11th here, chasing after Santi and Jay Hartnell. Let's see how that's going for him. But Jay is actually catching up with Liverpool, who is actually catching up pretty well with Biltomat at the moment. And he's definitely trying to keep that gap under half a second as much as he can here right now. Sprint and Wild Dog in the back. Looks like they're switching positions just a bit there. Try to keep an eye out front between Raleigh and Albert as well, because it's quite a close gap between the two of them there for a P3. That's a final podium position in the race. Only one driver with a penalty so far, and that is Captain Infinity. We'll see how that continues on through. And let's have a look what's happening with Sprint and Wild Dog down at the back here, because these two keep switching positions quite a few times for some reason. Going back to Big Balls, they're trying to go side by side with the Renault of Captain Infinity and taking on the inside to turn 11. Let's see if he gets that position up. And looks like he might have gotten it up. Let's get on board with Captain Infinity right now. He does lose that place to the Racing Point. So down to 12 he goes right now. He's going to hold it off there until he's able to get a good gap to fight it off back for that position. On up 12 right now of 29 as we continue to race on through. So far so good. It's going pretty well after that second safety car race. So let's go off out in front though to Raleigh here, chasing after the Red Bull of Albert, and he's getting pretty close behind there right now. Of course, with that DRS advantage helping him out a lot as he gets on through, and gap is now under just about under half a second as it is. We got a few more penalties coming to some drivers on track, a few pit stops happening as well. Out in front we got Vapor Hayden and Night Shadow still have to take a pit stop on those hard medium tires that they're running on here right now. We'll see when they decide to do that and what sort of strategy they're actually trying to run at this point. We still got Liverpool fan about half a second behind Bill to match. Still fighting it with that Red Bull as it is there right now. Trying to keep an eye, see what's happening out front between these three cars, between Albert, Raleigh, and Tempt here. A pretty close gap between Albert and Raleigh for third place in the race. As is getting on board a bit here with Raleigh to see if he's able to get by Albert. He does have the DRS advantage. He's using his overtake as much as he can here, trying to keep up with the Red Bull of Albert. But having a bit of a difficult time to get alongside him to try and get by here right now. And Tempt has now caught up just a bit, so let's have a look on how that's actually going through. And Tempt is definitely looking to get ahead of the Fattori at the moment, and let's see how that's going to go, because he's losing time to Albert right now, and now we have the Renault trying to go alongside him. Pulls back onto the Racing 9 though, but to go onto the pit straight, they're about to go here. He's definitely going to have a good run, especially with DRS advantage, which he might get. No, and he does decide to do a pit stop. We have a safety car. All of a sudden, SFC Gas is out of the race, and Raleigh just break just in time to get into that pit lane and take a pit stop on that one there. So let's have a look, see if we can have a look, see what happened here. And looks like it's at somewhere around turn 12 at the exit of the corner there is where SFC Gas has gone off. Not sure if he had contact with anyone or just lost the car, but that is our third safety car in the session so far. And let's see if Vapor Hayden and Night Shadow are going to be taking pit stops on this safety car here right now, because we're running on lap 14 of 29 in the race so far. So they might decide to do a pit stop at this point, I'm not sure, but that did happen at a very specific point there with Raleigh suddenly deciding to do a pit stop. His pit crew definitely had to be getting in a bit of a rush just to get those tires onto that car, but he seems to have gotten that done. He's back out into 10th place, but just imagine that happening in F1. And your pit crew absolutely not ready for that car at all. Will actually cost you a little bit of time in the pits there as well, as we have Vapor Hayden trying to race the safety car here right now. I'm not sure how much of a good idea that is, but he is trying to do that for some reason. Maybe just getting bored on the third safety car, so let's see how that's going to go for him. And I'm trying to see if Vapor Hayden and Night Shadow will be taking pit stops on this apparent occasion here right now, because at this point it's lap 14 of the race, and those tires are done 13 laps each so far for the two of them. But of course, we know that Night Shadow is going to be watching on Vapor Hayden to see if he's going to be doing a pit stop or not, and then he might follow on and do a pit stop just behind of him. But we'll see how the strategy works on for the two of them, because I'm not sure if the two of them will be doing a pit stop at this point, because they will actually fall a bit further down the grid if they do that pit stop at this point in the race here. But let's see how the strategy is going to work for them, because they didn't do it on either of the first two pit stops. First two safety cars that we had. We got Valentine catching back up to the grid there right now. So the entire grid catching back up. And we do have the two of them going into the pits. Simultaneously just behind each other here right now. Of course, we have a few more drivers following into the pits there as well, as we now have BX37 Pro taking over the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Biltomat goes into second place, Jay Hartnell goes into third, and then we got Santi goes into fourth. Big Boss takes over fifth place, Sprint IRC takes 6, Raleigh takes 7, Temp takes 8, Liverpool takes 9, Meanman Moody takes 10, Rizzle takes 11, we got Wild Dog taking 12, Captain Infinity 13, Valentine 14. Vapor Hayden is coming back out to the pits into 15th position, all the way down in the back. Night Shadow behind him in 16th, and Albert there in 17th on the grid. So that pit stop under the safety car has very much cost them their positions out where they were leading the race here. Will they be able to get back out in front? I'm not sure, because a lot of these cars are on a strategy right now where they're going to the end of the race on the tires they're running on. So this might have just cost them a race win here onto the podium, because they were the top 3 running in that race there. So let's see how the strategy is going to work, because we have Vapor and Night Shadow went on to the hards. We got Albert went on to the mediums now to go to the end of the race. So I'm going to go back out front. Let's have a look at the penalties as we have it here right now. A 3-second penalty so far for BX37, for Tempt, and Captain Infinity. So not too bad with the penalties, I got to say, in the session as we have it so far. We can see how many pit stops they took. And let's see who gained the most positions in this race so far. And that looks like it's Raleigh there, who's gained the most positions in this race so far. 12 positions gained, so he's looking pretty good at getting a driver of the day for this session as it is here right now. We'll see how that continues with him though as he gets through the rest of the session. Was quite an impressive move out, getting into the pits as soon as he saw that safety car happen. Just made a very quick switch onto the pit lane and getting in there. And we're going to have the safety car get back in to the pits on this lap. So we're about to get back racing into lap 16 of 29 here. And let's see how the rest of the Bahrain Grand Prix progresses on through for us. Remember, guys, we do have another race stream just after this one here. Another 2-hour stream just after this. It's going to be quite an interesting race. So I think that's for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix with PGL Sunday Division. So look forward to that stream as well. If you guys are on, just join me on for that. Make sure you guys leave a like on that stream as well as on this one here. And hopefully you guys enjoy both races that we've done for today. So let's see how that session will go as well. As we're about to get back racing here right now, we're following on board with Biltimat. Not able to chase after BX37 too close off as they get on through to turn 1. So let's have a look at the midfield, see how they're going to get through with the rest of the session here. And we already got the invite for the next session on, so we'll hopefully be able to get on in time for that one there, but should be able to. And the Renault of Tem gets ahead of Raleigh here. Raleigh down to 8th position here right now. That's what's happening, and looks like Liverpool fan is about to get alongside him to try and get by there as well. Up into 8th position he's going to go, and that's Raleigh down about 2 places already since the start of this race back after that safety car gone in. And let's go down to Captain Infinity here, see what's happening down in the back between him and Rizzle. He's trying to get by Rizzle 6 right now, who's running in the Haas just in front of him. And he takes on the inside of Rizzle, might have gotten that position up as they're still going a bit side by side. Might be some contact between the two of them as well. Not sure yet, but rolling on with Rizzle 6 alone to see if he's able to catch back up to Captain Infinity and get the position back. But so far running in 12th in this race. And he's trying to keep up as much as he can right now with Captain Infinity, but losing a little bit of time. Does have Wild Dog about just over half a second behind, so he's going to try as much as he can to keep up to that place there. And let's see what's happening in the back there. Vapor Hayden now on those fresh tires right now, chasing after the McLaren of Wild Dog in 13th place. He's trying to get up as much positions as he can before the end of this race here. And let's see how that's working out for him. Using his overtake as much as he can. He's going to probably have that DRS advantage when he get onto the pit straight. But let's see how that works. He's taking it on the outside, trying to get around the McLaren, but not able to go around as yet. And definitely pulling off on the inside. And let's go side by side with him through turn 1 here right now. So let's see how that's go down the pit straight. Gets the position up quite cleanly done. And that is now 2 McLarens behind of him. So he's up in the 13th position in the race so far. Night Shadow and Albert right there in 16 and 17, right there restarted. Albert ahead of Night Shadow as the 2 of them down at the back are fighting for positions right now. So a pretty close gap between them as well. Let's have a look if Albert is able to get that position back. So they have 2 McLarens in front of them to fight it off through with, as they're trying to go a bit side by side here. And Albert is definitely trying to fight back for his position there in 16 to get up as much as he can in the race here. And let's see how well that's going to go between the 2 of them. Out front we got BX37 Pro still leading this race, with Biltimat running 2nd, Jay Hartman running 3rd, Santi running 4th, and Big Bowser running in 5th, Sprint RC running 6th as it is. And quite a close gap between most of our cars as we have it right now. Vapor Hayden here chasing after Rizzle 6, trying to get up into 12th place in the race. Does use his overtake once again. Doesn't have the DRS advantage as yet against Rizzle, but he probably will have it as we get around for the next lap. But let's see how that continues on, because so far so good with this. But he's going to try and get up as much position, probably trying to get into the top 10 to get some good points for the team still if he can. Remember, his teammate went off pretty early off in the session there, and he's getting alongside the house of Rizzle 6 right now, trying to get up into 12th place. But Rizzle giving a bit of a hard time, has a pretty good straight line speed as he gets on through, and looks like he might have taken the inside. A bit of little break, a bit of contact between the 2 of them as well, but everyone gets through pretty well. And Rizzle definitely using that slipstream as much as he can, trying to keep just behind Vapor Hayden at the moment. Let's see if he's able to get that position back. Using a bit of overtake, he's going to take it on the inside into turn 1. Let's see if he actually pushes on through, or if he's going to hold it back for now. I think he holds it back, doesn't want to risk damaging his car at this point in the session here. And that's Vapor up to 12th position in the race so far. We got Valentine chasing after Rizzle 6, trying to get ahead of that position there as well. Let's see if he's going to take it on the inside and make him get it back. And definitely a little braking does work, and he gets the position up quite well. But Rizzle coming back at him around the outside, and let's see how that's working, because a few penalties going on to drivers as well right now for exceeding track limits as we have it there, so they're gonna have to be a bit careful with that as well. And let's get back up here to Captain Infinity chasing after Raleigh here, and a bit of a train of cars we have going through turn 10 at the moment. So let's follow on with this as we have it here. We're following on over with Liverpool at the moment, so as we got actually quite a few cars out in front of them, all within about half a second of each other as they continue on through. And Vapor heading up the 11th position in this race already, getting past Mean Man Moody there for that position. So he's definitely going through the field pretty quickly. I'm going to have a look out front just a bit to see what's happening there. So, but a bit of trainer cars as we continue on through so far. So far that restart has gone pretty well. Still got about 10 laps left to go in this race. That's going to be about another 12-13 minutes. And then we'll head off straight on through to our next session. Okay, so let's see what's happening exactly here. Going on with Tempt here right now and Sprinter RC. Let's see what's happening with a few of them as we have it going here. Out in front, we got Biltema taking over the lead of the race here right now. And BX37 is down into second place. He's still chasing after Biltema out front, but of course about half a second of a gap, and I don't think he's going to be improving that anytime soon. Big Balls here trying to get ahead of Santi there. A pretty close gap between the two. So let's have a look at that with the Racing Point chasing after Santi at the moment. He has the DRS advantage, has the overtake on, trying to chase him down through to turn 11. Not having too much of a good run with that. Going back down to Raleigh here, chasing after the next Racing Point in the race here right now. Does have a Renault running just behind him as well. So quite a close gap between these few cars as we go on through. Only 2 drivers lost in this race so far, so not too bad with the session as we haven't had about 3 safety cars though. So let's see what's happening because Raleigh and Liverpool are trying to fight a side by side here. And looks like Raleigh's definitely going to be braking a bit late on the inside. Oh, not late enough because the Renault of Captain Infinity is now going side by side with him into turn 1. He's lost that position for now at least, so he's still trying to fight it off with the Liverpool, but he's probably going to have to show off a little bit of a late braking to get ahead of these guys here right now. So Liverpool still holding on to 8th, Captain Infinity up to 9th. We got Raleigh down to 10th. Of course, we got Vapor Hayden coming just behind these guys. He's going to be fighting for that position in just a bit as well, as he's now about half a second behind Raleigh and running. Out in front, we got Tempt and Sprinter RC switching positions there. Now, let's see if that's going to be a reswitch or not, because still not following on with Raleigh and Vapor Hayden down at the back here. It looks like that Mercedes is going to be getting by Raleigh pretty soon if this keeps up as it is here right now. We got a yellow flag somewhere. Night Shadow, I think, is having some problems down in the back there. He's gotten back going again. We're on lap 20 of 29 now going through here at the moment. Now this is going to cut it a bit close between switching from one session to the next, but we should be able to make it with the time. Let's see, we do have left there. We got about, I think, about 11 minutes left. We'll see how that works out in terms of getting off over. But so far so good as we're going on through. Let's see what's happening with Captain Infinity here as he's chasing after Liverpool for the 8th place in the race. Alright, rolling down with a 3-second penalty. He's got to be a bit careful with his penalties as it goes. Let's get on back out in front here, see what's happening with Santi and Big Balls at the moment. So far so good with them. They're still holding off the positions that they had for the few laps ago. Out in front, we still got Biltmat leading the race. BX37 Pro still running there in 2nd place in the race so far. We're on lap 21 right now and going through. Jay Hartnell running P3, Santi running 4th, and Big Balls running just behind Santi. They're trying to get ahead and get into 4th place in the race. Not doing too well with that so far. Then we got Temp there running in P6 right now, still under a 2nd behind Big Balls in that DRS race. We got Sprint IRC. IRC is chasing after Tempt at the moment. And then we got 2 cars fighting it. Vapor and Raleigh fighting it down side by side at the back here. I think it's the 2 of them fighting it through as Vapor gets ahead into P10 right now. Doing pretty well in this race. Fought his way back up from about 15th where he was all the way up into 10th in the race and going through. He's fighting to get back into the point and get ahead back up to the lead where he was in the race. Let's see how far ahead he's going to be able to get. I think the safety cars might have messed his strategy up just a little bit, and Raleigh trying to keep up with the Mercedes as much as he can, but having a very difficult time doing that here right now. Alright, let's have a look out front, see what's happening, what we're missing here right now. So down with Captain Infinity chasing after Vapor now. And he's lost that position as did miss that. So Vapor up into 9th place in the race right now. He's chasing after, I think I'm going to follow him to see what's happening. He's chasing after Liverpool right now, who's currently in 8th and got quite a few cars in front of him. So that's going to be quite a battle for him to get through, and he's definitely plowing through the field of cars that he has here right now. Oh, and a bit of contact between the Mercedes of Vapor and Captain Infinity down behind. Captain Infinity just went straight into the back of that Mercedes, definitely took some damage. I'm not sure if Vapor Hayden's car has damage down in the back of it, but could be a possibility at this point. But we'll see how the rest of the race gets on through him. We did hold him back for just a bit. I lost about a 2 or 3 tenths there as he was fighting it on through with Liverpool out in front. So he's still going to try and catch it back as much as he can here. But Captain Infinity definitely taking some damage. A bit of late braking on that there. And not braking just in time to avoid that collision there. Now let's see how Vapor Hayden gets through, because he's definitely getting back closer to Liverpool here right now. Seems as though his car is running pretty well. He's going to have a pretty good run with DRS advantage going through the pit straight here right now, getting down into turn 1. Let's see how that's going to go. Quite a few cars out in front of him. He's going to have to be very careful here right now as he gets around the outside of Liverpool and chases after the next racing point here, and does get that position up. That is Captain Infinity retiring from the race. He's retired into the pits and he's out of the session there. So that's going to leave us with 16 drivers in this race going on through to the end. Following on with Vapor hitting him right now, still Temp and Jay Hartnell having a bit of a switch out front, I think there. So let's have a look in that in just a bit as well. We're following on with Vapor hitting. Let's see if he's able to get by Big Balls up into 7th place, which should not be a hard call for him here right now. He's looking for a good gap to go with. And looks like that might actually be an easy pass for him. He just needs to have pretty decent gap to get by at this point. So he's definitely fighting his way back up the field at the moment here. Okay, so we will be getting on to our next stream as soon as we cut this stream off in just about 7 8 minutes time. We'll see how that works out in terms of time there. And we got Vapor Hayden trying to go side by side with Big Boss to try and get up into 7th place. Of course, the Racing Point holding up that position at least for now. And we do have Liverpool trying to come back at Hayden here, but let's see if he's going to be able to get that. As he's using the slipstream right now, going side by side with the Racing Point, about to get up into 7th place in the race. And looks like he might take that unless a little late braking from the Racing Point. A bit of contact as well, and almost making the Mercedes lose that car. Vaporhead barely holding back that, and he still continues on here right now, following behind Liverpool. He's gonna have to try and get past him once again to get back into 8th place in the race, and he's gonna be putting on a little bit of late braking, gets ahead with the position. A bit risky as well, but still at this point in the race with lap 24, 29 as we're at right now, he's definitely going to be pushing as hard as he can to get back up into the lead of the race. Out front we got Santi and Temp getting a pretty close gap. Jay Harton's still behind that battle, following on through, so he's still fighting on through to try and get onto a podium position there if he can. Of course, he doesn't have any penalty there. Jay does not have any penalties at all. The 3 cars in front of him do have penalties, so that's going to be a bit of a factor to consider if he's going to be getting onto the podium at the end of this session or not. But let's see how that's going to work for him, because we're still following on with Vapor Hayden right now. See how far he's able to push on through the field right now. Raleigh down in 10th here, chasing after the Racing Point of Liverpool. He's trying to get ahead of that as much as he can here right now. Out in front, I'm trying to follow on with Biltomat and BX37 Pro. They're still chasing off after each other there. Oh, and a bit of collision there right now. Sorry guys, I did miss that for a second. A virtual safety car for something with Wild Dog there, and a bit of collision with Raleigh and Big Balls as he got into the pit lane there. Was checking on something with our next session, and I did miss that there, unfortunately. But let's see what's continuing on. So that virtual safety car is not going to last for very long. It's going to be over very, very shortly, as you have a few pit stops happening just because of that VSC there. Wild Dog out of the race, unfortunately for that. Whatever it was that happened there, I'm not even sure about that as yet. We still got 15 drivers yet to finish this race here. About 4.5 laps left to go. DRS back online again. As I think, yep, there we go. We're back racing once again. So let's see how the rest of the race is going to go. as we're very close down to the end of the session here right now. So BX37 Pro running just behind Biltomat, still here, a pretty close gap between the two of them, and we can have a good look at the penalties as they are here right now. And Raleigh has a drive-through penalty, probably for speeding under the VSC there, I think, or probably causing a bit of an incident. Yep, Racing Point parking in the pit lane early. I'm not sure what the heck was happening in the pit lane. I was off. I had my eyes off the screen for a second there, just checking on something. Sorry about that, but yep, let's see how the rest of the session goes on through. Jay Hartnell here running in 5th. He's behind Santi running, but he does have the Victoria Sprint IRC coming just behind him. He needs to be a bit worried about that, and that's a pretty close gap between, of course, Vapor Hayden coming there in 7th place as well, and he's been catching up the cars pretty quickly. He took his pit stop a bit late in the session because of the safety cars messing up his strategy, I think. Went down to about 17, got his way back all the way up into 7th in the race so far as it is. Let's have a look at position changes as it is. How right now, who's gaining the most position at this point in the race? I'm not sure who that's going to be. Probably Valentine there, but we'll see how that works out down at the end. Let's keep that back onto tires as it is. And still following on with Jay Hartnell, as it looks like he might be able to get by Santi if he pushes on a little bit further on into this here. And we got Vapor coming just behind Sprint RRC down in the back. Let's see how that battle is going on through as well. Pretty interesting view from all the way up here. But yeah, so far so good with the session as it's been. It's been quite an interesting race after that. I think it was after the 3rd safety car that we had. That's where things started to get a bit interesting in this race here in terms of the battles that we had going on. It was quite an interesting start as well, gotta say. Unfortunate though for TTV Dixon on that race start that he was thrown into a barrier down at the side of the track. Alright, so we got Vapor Hayden about to try and go past Sprint RRC here. The next target is going to be Jay Hartnell after that, and he has a few laps left to do this, so let's see how fast he's able to get past these guys and how much positions more he's going to be able to gain in this race. Remember, he is currently leading the Drivers' Championship as it is, so as much points as he can get is going to help him out here. And Mercedes is leading the Constructors' Championship for SNS Esports as it is right now. Of course, with his teammate out, he needs to score as much points as he can at this point here to keep that lead alive. He might be able to keep the Drivers' Championship alive here, but we're not sure how much points is going to be put towards the Constructors at this point. And right up to the rear of Sprint RRC's car here at this point. Let's see what that's going to get onto. He's going to have the DRS advantage. Jay Hartnell just in front of this is going to have to be a bit wary of Vapor Hayden coming behind here as well. Vapor's getting the fastest lap so far, so a bit of a train of cars as we have going through here on lap 27 right now. So we're about to finish off here in just about another 3 to 4 minutes, and that's going to be it there after that. So a pretty close gap as he gets that battle going. Does have the Racing Point of Liverpool coming out just behind him, so Liverpool is still keeping up with Vapor for some reason here. He's still actually able to keep up, so pretty good job on him for doing that. But of course, we got Vapor still looking for a pretty good gap. He's really trying to get by Sprint RRC right now, having a bit of a difficult time doing that. I think Sprint is trying to keep this position alive as much as he can to go to the end of the race for the next 2 laps if he can. A bit of contact between the Mercedes and the AlphaTauri there, and we might have some damage off of Vapor's car. He's falling down a position behind of Liverpool now and doesn't have any damage on the car, so he's going to continue racing on through, trying to get by the this is probably the 3rd time he's trying to get by Liverpool here, right? The 3rd or 4th time he's trying to do an overtake on him. So he's going to have to try and get that position back up if he can. Has the DRS advantage down the pit straight. Doesn't have a lot of ERS to use here, so he's going to have to try. And he's being forced to take it on the outside around the Racing Point here right now as Liverpool pulls onto the inside. And let's see if he's able to go the long way around and able to get that position up. Quite close contact between the two of them, and does get the position up back into 6th place. And he's going to chase after Sprint RRC once again to see if he's able to get that gap down over 1.1 second as it is right now. He's going to be out of the DRS range just a bit for that one there. And we got Sprint RRC catching up a little bit to Jay Hartnell, trying to get that position up if he can. Night Shadow and Albert down in the back. I think the two of them are fighting it out for a position. Let's have a look what's happening down in the back here. These two are pretty close off together, but I don't know if that's going anywhere right away now or not, but we'll see how it continues on for them. Albert and Night Shadow were running 2nd and 3rd in this race, just behind Vapor Hayden, who was leading the race out front. That before that 3rd safety car that we had happen. So their race got a bit messed up because of the amount of safety cars we have. Vapor Hayden just behind Sprinter RC once again, and does have Liverpool coming just under a second still behind. So let's see how the battle is going to go on this time. No Racing Point just behind of him, but still a pretty close gap to work it out in front to try and get by. On lap 28 right now as we're going through. We're going to be entering into the final lap of this race in about any second right now, as our race leader Biltomat there is about to go around the final turn. So let's see how close this gets as we're about to finish the final lap. He looks like he's going to have to be forced to take it around the outside once again of that Alpha Tour. It looks like he's getting a pretty good go at it. A bit of contact between the two, then goes a bit wide off track. Not sure if he gets a penalty for that. I think it's just a bit of warning for that, because he was pushed a bit. Using his DRS, doesn't have any ERS to use as it is here right now, and he's trying to pull off into the inside. A little bit of a late break. Let's see if this is going to work as it goes on through. Might be a bit of contact as he gets it through. Does get the position up in the 5th place, and the Racing Point of Liverpool is coming just behind of Sprinter RC. Once again, he's getting back up to the battle up here and trying to keep himself into a good position. Biltomac losing the lead out front now to BX37. What's happening out front? I'm not sure what's happening to the two of them. It looks like Biltomat is disconnected from his car right now, which is what's caused that to happen. So BX37 getting a bit of luck right on the final lap of this race and getting back the lead of the race, because Biltomat has been disconnected from his car. Not sure if he's going to be able to get back on before the end, and he might be losing second place as well to Santi here, who's about to get up that position. So quite an interesting finish on the final lap here we have going around. We're about to finish up this race in just about 30 seconds or so, as everyone is getting around the very final sector here at this point. Let's have a look what's happening to Vapor Hayden, trying to fight it all through with he's trying to get up. Oh, he's gotten up ahead of Biltomat now, up into 4th place in the race. Trying to get ahead of Jay Hartnell. He's trying to get onto the podium here and might actually be able to do this with the cars P1 and P2 currently having penalties as it is, as they're about to go across the line. Let's have a look on how this works out with penalties as it is here right now. Because let's see, they're going to go across the line that way. So Jay Hartnell takes P1 in the race. Vapor Hayden is going to take 2nd place. We got Sprinter RC taking 3rd. We got Liverpool takes 4th. BX37 goes down to 5th in the race. And we got Biltomat takes 6th position. Santi takes 7th. Valentine takes 8th. Temp takes 9th. Big Ball takes 10th. Night Shadow takes 11th as it is. And maybe a bit of a switch there. So Temp takes 9th. Night Shadow takes 10th. Albert takes 11th. Big Ball takes 12th. We got Rizzle is going to take 13. We got Mean Man Moody taking 14. Raleigh takes 15th. And that's going to be how he finishes off for this session here at least. So quite an interesting race there, guys, from SNS Esports F1 League. And looking forward to round 4 next week with them. So join us on then again for that as we get on to that point there. Trying to have a look, see if we can get to see who's going to be getting driver of the day before we finish off the session. And there we go. Let's have a look at that before we get on to our next race session here right now. So that was our results as we have it there. Let's have a look at the driver of the day very quickly. And why is it taking so long to load on that? Things always seem to take very long when you're in a bit of a hurry for some reason. And that didn't load at all for us. So I have no idea who got driver of the day on that one there. Either way, let's have one last look at the result before we go, guys. So the race win goes to Jay Hartnell here. Vapor Hayden takes 2nd place. Sprinter RC takes 3rd. Liverpool takes 4th. BX37 takes 5th. Biltomac takes 6th. Santi takes 7th. Valentine 8th. Temp takes 9. Night Shadow 10th. Albert takes 11. Big Ball takes 12th and fastest lap. Rizzle takes 13. Mean Man Moody takes 14. Raleigh takes 15. Wild Dog 16. Captain Infinity 17. SF Gas 18. TTV Dixon takes 19. And that is it there, guys, for the Bahrain Grand Prix for SNS Esports. Round 3 of 22. We'll see you guys again next week for round 4, and we're about to end off the stream and get onto our next stream right now for PGL Sunday Division. So join us on to that stream, guys. Thank you guys for joining on. Make sure you leave a like on this stream and join us on the next stream coming up right now.